Firstly, how are you getting on in hamstring injury? Are you any closer to coming back?
Yeah, doing bits and pieces. I was out running today, so the physios are looking at they're pretty active with their hamstring rehab these days. Get you back at it as quickly as possible. So hopefully getting over the next week or so, getting back up to some quicker running and back into training in the not too distant future. All being well.
Good stuff. And where were you watching Saturday night? You must have been a pretty proud captain.
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not great watching games when I'm not at the ground. I'm not in control of the remote and being able to get it. So I watched it with my wife, the first half with my wife, and then I had to let go. I couldn't watch the second half, and then I waited until it came through on the computer and sat and went through it myself on the computer. But I saw all the messages of congratulations coming in to see the guys had done a great job.
Great, and it sets you up for a good couple of weeks. You know, you obviously have a game this weekend, and then into Europe. It's a pretty exciting time, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what the guys have been doing, the guys have been playing. Obviously, a real frustrating one against Connacht. And they had a good few weeks training while the internationals were away. But I think the excitement definitely is building towards the Champions Cup. I think there's definitely a lot of guys wanting to put their hand up to make sure that they can be in that squad.
And what about the Champions Cup, Clermont away? Maybe not the side they used to be, but they're still pretty strong.
Yeah, look, I think going over there, obviously they haven't had the start the season that they probably wanted, but they'll definitely look at this as a potential fresh start, almost to reinvigorate their other season. They can use this as a completely separate competition and use a complete separate mindset for it, which is probably a very dangerous thing for us to be going over there and facing. So look, I think they're definitely going to be bringing a really exciting game of rugby to play. So we'll have to be on our toes.
And Northampton, you obviously beat them last year. A good performance away in the challenge, but different kettle of fish in Europe, isn't it?
Definitely, and they're obviously one to watch this year. They've been going well, and the sort of brand of rugby they're playing, some of their star players are definitely going to be ones to watch out for that we're going to have to be really wary of.
And what about getting to the knockout stages, Iain? You know, you've been around the camp for what, sort of 10 years and stuff, these big matches. You obviously take every game as it comes, but these are the games you want to play in and get out of the group.
Yeah, these are the big games. We've spoken about it earlier on about how I've been around plenty of Ulster teams that have been able to produce a big one-off performance, maybe arguably definitely inconsistent. This team's probably one that we're seeing probably more consistency out of. We're performing well regularly. For me, the guys who've been playing, I'm excited about seeing what they can do going forward. And I think that they've been doing a great job training, and they had a great couple of days training so far this week. So hopefully that form will run into the next couple of weeks.
What do you think, Iain? You know, as you said, you've been around for a long time. Why is it, even as an Ulster fan, if you could probably answer this, you wouldn't be speaking about it, but some weeks, you know, for example, that Leicester game, I spoke to Dan Soper about it. You know, the first half you're unbelievable, then they came back into it, and then maybe when you're expected to win, you don't win. Like, it's pretty simple, if I'm honest with that. Like, I think, well, is there anything that you could maybe point out and hopefully that will change going forward?
I think maybe more recent games, I can probably look into ones further in the past with maybe less biased view. Maybe in the past, I think we maybe relied a lot more on emotion going into big games, and that's why we might have won a big fixture and not maybe beaten a smaller side in the league. And you'd maybe get a big win away from home in Europe, but then you'd maybe lose a silly one. Europe's obviously massive when you're playing at home for us. It's something we love playing, like Kingspan, be it Friday nights or Saturday afternoon games here are some of my best memories playing with Ulster. So hopefully that was one thing that Dan definitely spoke about when he came in, our consistency, and I think something that probably has got better over the last number of seasons. So being able to string together those games or those performances, irrespective of who you're playing, is something that I think could be a key to Ulster performing and ultimately ending up with silverware.
Yeah, and when you're in those Ireland camps, obviously you've won stuff with Ireland in the past, but the players around you, where Leinster, Munster, particularly Leinster, they do win trophies. Is there a bit of jealousy there, saying, look, when I get back to Belfast, I want to win something, and it's hopefully soon enough?
Definitely, there's massive jealousy there over when you have won bits and pieces with Ireland, the enjoyment you have, the bonds you make, and that's something that you kind of want to have with your Ulster players. You want to have that. Yes, obviously you make friends. I've made friends for life at Ulster and friends who I'm incredibly close to. But to be able to add a silver lining, excuse the pun, to that friendship would be brilliant.
And finally, do you think this current group, I think you maybe sort of got in the right lines of saying yes, but do you think this current group you're with is good enough to win a trophy, be it Europe or be it in the URC?
I think so. I think when you look at the caliber of the players, and you look at players who perform irrespective of whether they've started the last 5 games or they haven't played at all, coming in and performing the way they do, I think the consistency of our greater squad, rather than just maybe your first 15, if you like, is getting better, and since Dan's come in has continued to get better. I think that's massive. Squad depth, I suppose, is another way of putting it. I think we're a better all-around squad at rugby than we have been in years.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Iain.
Great, thank you.